Well then, after all the news was coming out about Oleksandr Usyk versus Daniel Dubois at Wembley, it's all over. It's not going to happen because the WBO have officially ordered Joseph Parker, Big Joe, to go on and fight Oleksandr Usyk. And yes, this is the fight I want to see. Daniel Dubois does not deserve the title shot. Thank you very much to the WBO for ordering this and literally bullying Daniel Dubois out of the title shot for the undisputed belts, which he does not deserve after everything that he pulled last time when he was meant to fight Joseph Parker. Parker, after his win over Martin Bakole, Big Joe deserves this shot against Oleksandr Usyk. Daniel Dubois deserves absolutely nothing at all. He does not deserve to have the fight at Wembley against Usyk. He does not deserve it next. He needs to have a fight first. Then if he gets through that, then he can get the shot. But Joseph Parker is the one who is in line, who is mandatory for the belt, and who is a very worthy contender and will fight absolutely anyone no matter what and not pull any shenanigans 2 days before a fight. So, yes, Joseph Parker's got this opportunity. There we go. This is going to be good. I can't wait, if I'm being completely honest with you. And, Daniel Dubois getting the opportunity would have been so sad. Honestly, it would have been. It would not have been a good look if Daniel Dubois suddenly got handed a title shot after what he pulled last time. Yes, I get it's an undisputed belt title fight with him and Usyk. But he quit last time he fought Usyk. It was a low blow, yes, and then he quit. So there we go. He doesn't deserve the opportunity. He'd get stopped again in a rematch anyway. And, first time is so one-sided. I'm not even asked about seeing the fight. And if we're being real, Daniel Dubois is actually the exact same fighter as he was when he fought Usyk the first time. People are like, because he knocked out AJ in 5 rounds, he's a different fighter. No, it's the exact same fighter. The exact same fighter. Trust me. And Oleksandr Usyk would if he fought Daniel Dubois, would have got the job done in easier fashion. It would have been a disgrace if he was given the title shot. But no, Big Joe's got it. This is the fight that I want to see, and I think many others want to see as well. It's a good, fresh matchup in the heavyweight division, and it's a different kind of style for Oleksandr Usyk as well, which makes things interesting. I mean, Joseph Parker is a very good overall boxer. It is very clear to see. And I do think Joseph Parker has been working on his power quite a lot recently. The guy's been bulking up. He's getting heavier and heavier per fight. And, even though Bakole only stepped in on like 2 days' notice, knocking out a 316-pound man, however heavy Martin Bakole was, shouldn't go unnoticed no matter what. The power of Joseph Parker was there to be seen. And if you're knocking someone out, so like about 50, 60 pounds heavier than you, that shouldn't go unnoticed no matter what circumstances it was on. Parker did what he had to do in that fight and now deserves the opportunity. Should Daniel Dubois even have the IBF belt? Should Joseph Parker actually have the IBF belt? And should it really be for the undisputed titles with Usyk and Parker? But either way, though, it doesn't matter because Joseph Parker is getting his title shot against Oleksandr Usyk. Look, if you're being real, you would favor Oleksandr Usyk to win the fight. I'm a big bloody fan of both guys. So I don't know who I'd want to win. But if I'm picking a winner, I probably would pick Usyk. But, Big Joe's got a good chance. Big Joe has got a chance. You can't count him out of this fight. It's interesting. I do think Parker, he is good behind his jab. Parker has got a good, solid lead hand, which he can dictate a fight with. But against Oleksandr Usyk, I just can't see anyone beating him, if I'm being completely honest. I can't. You can't ever pick against Oleksandr Usyk. The guy's just too bloody good. Usyk's lead hand's absolutely unreal and out of this world. Usyk's the best, in my opinion, probably the best southpaw ever, if I'm being real. I'd actually go that far and say that, to be honest. I think Oleksandr Usyk's absolutely bloody unreal. He's so ridiculously clever. Parker's a clever boxer as well. And I do feel like, if for Parker, he can't go into this fight and look to outbox Usyk because that's just not going to happen. And Parker has got other attributes as well. Parker doesn't have to outbox Usyk. Parker can win this fight. And Parker apparently has got good, smart attributes. And him and Andy Lee, with Andy Lee in his corner, you can't ever rule Joseph Parker out of a fight. But I wouldn't pick him to win. But I feel like Parker's got a better bloody chance than Daniel Dubois in order to be able to beat Usyk. I think Parker's got a better chance. I feel like overall, Parker's just one of these guys who you just don't know what's going to happen with him, and you just don't know what you are going to get from Joseph Parker. Parker's a very unpredictable fighter. You just don't know what you're going to get with him. And the game plan, it always varies with Joseph Parker, especially recently as well. But with Oleksandr Usyk, he's just so good at being able to figure you out when you're in there. And, the adjustments that Oleksandr Usyk can make in a ridiculously quick time is unbelievable, if I'm being real. The adjustments he can make in a very quick time, it's just on another level to so many of these other boxers right now. Like, you just don't see it from anyone else what Oleksandr Usyk can do in there. And for a heavyweight boxer, Oleksandr Usyk is just absolutely unbelievable with the skill he's got, with the pace he can keep up, with the volume that he fights with. The guy fights like a lightweight. Like, honestly, he's absolutely unbelievable. With Joseph Parker, I think, Parker's not the most, he don't have the best volume out there, but Parker picks his moments and is smart with what he does. Parker picks his shots well, and Joseph Parker varies it up. It's never the same thing with Parker. He has a good variety of shots, and he's very good at, changing a pace, Joseph Parker. But, the master of creating a pace and changing the pace of a fight is Oleksandr Usyk. That's the thing. Oleksandr Usyk has got the pace that he can do. He can take the round off there. He can bloody come out of nowhere, set another pace, get right back on the bounce with those ridiculously unbelievable feints. And, literally, mentally, physically just beats you down. And, let's be real, though. Joseph Parker is a very tough guy, and Joseph Parker is very hard to crack mentally as well, though. Like, Parker's always giving it his all throughout the fight. You can't really crack Parker mentally. And what Usyk does to his opponents is when he's in there with you and in the build-up, he's so good at the mental game. Even though you never see Usyk chat shit or anything, but he's so good at the mental game because the fact you can't wind him up, but Parker's not going to look to wind Usyk up in the mental game, though, in the build-up. But when he's in there with you, Usyk always knows, even though, if I'm tired, I'm still going to be way bloody fitter than you, though. So that's the thing with Oleksandr Usyk. He's always way fitter than you. He's always quicker than you. He's always able to beat you to the punch. He's one of the most clever bloody boxers ever. He's mentally draining to be in there with. But with Joseph Parker, he's, you can't mentally drain him. That is the thing. He's always coming at you no matter what. And no matter what situation Joseph Parker's in, he always fights back and always believes that he will win the fight. I feel like it's an interesting fight. I do. I feel like it's a very interesting fight. I think Oleksandr Usyk wins, though. But I want to see Big Joe do well. I love Oleksandr Usyk as well. I don't know who I'd pick to win because I love Big Joe. But I'm very Phil as well, though. That's the thing. Anyway, thank you all for watching, and I'll speak to you all in the next one. But yeah, I'm very glad Big Joe's got the shot that he deserves.